Prince the King, and we're going to look at the NBA draft lottery options for the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, so let's just look at the odds. Let's start with that. So for the 2019 NBA draft lottery, the odds for the Knicks, 14, Cavs, 14, Phoenix Suns, 14, Bulls, 12, Atlanta Hawks, 10, Washington Wizards, 9, Pelicans, 6, Dallas, 6, Memphis, 6, Minnesota, 6, Lakers, 2, Charlotte, 1, Miami, 1, Sacramento, 1. Let's look at the Celtics. If the Grizzlies land on 9, the Celtics get the Grizzlies' first-round pick. If the Kings don't get the number 1 overall pick, the Celtics would get the Kings' pick, wherever that pick lands. For the New Orleans Pelicans, the Celtics are in prime position. Pelicans are in a great position. Okay, let's just say the Pelicans get the number 1 pick. That would be insane because you can pick Zion and then you can still trade Anthony Davis if you want to, or you can keep Anthony Davis depending on how you feeling after you get the number 1 overall pick. I mean, I'm just taking Zion. If AD wants to stay, he stay. If he won't go, if the other chips fall with the Celtics, I'm shipping him to the Celtics, and they give me 4 picks, 5 picks, however many picks they have, and I'm taking Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. I'll just probably take those 2 and then probably take the highest of the Celtics picks, and if they want to keep the other picks, that's on them. If somehow miraculously if the Lakers can get the number 1 pick, that would be absolutely lovely. That would be the greatest thing for the Pelicans. If the Lakers get the number 1 pick, we could just trade. Well, that wouldn't be the greatest thing, but that'll be the greatest thing for the Lakers because they can trade instantly and get Anthony Davis to go there to team up with LeBron. That'll be the best thing for the Lakers. Pelicans are talking with the Knicks right now. So if the Knicks, if they get the number 1 pick, then they can trade the number 1 pick for Anthony Davis, and that would send Anthony Davis to the Knicks. So that would be a great thing. But if somehow Phoenix could be, I don't know if Monty Williams would trade for Anthony Davis. You know, I don't know. I mean, that was his coach, so Cavaliers, if they get the number 1 pick, you never know how. You never really know. They probably will want to keep Zion. Atlanta probably will want to keep Zion. Washington, it's intriguing. But the best case scenario for the Pelicans is if the Knicks get the first pick, maybe a Bulls, because he might want to go home for a year or 2 or a year. Let's just say that the Knicks get the number 1 pick. Everybody's trying to get Zion, John Morant, or J Barrett. Hachimura isn't bad. Hunter, Kobe White, Jared Culver. That's pretty much, that'll be solid. That'll be solid at 7. If we landed at 7, that'll be solid. Then you got Boston picks. So basically everybody's going after Zion, John Morant, and RJ Barrett. But I mean, there are a lot of good players in this draft. And so you want to also accumulate picks if you can't get one of the top 3. We need the Knicks, Lakers,
and Boston.
Knicks, Lakers, and Boston. We need the Knicks, the Lakers, or us to get the number 1 pick. So we need basically the Knicks. So when you're watching the draft lottery, you want either the Knicks, the Lakers, or the New Orleans Pelicans to get the number 1 pick. You want the Knicks to get the number 1 pick so that you can get Zion Williamson for Anthony Davis trade going. You want the Lakers to get the number 1 pick because that is Anthony Davis' preferred destination, and we just want to make him happy, and we want both parties to be happy, and that would satisfy that. Plus a few more players, maybe throw in Kuzma, throw in some draft picks and some other things that would go along perfectly. But at a low percentage, I mean, that's highly unlikely. It's really highly unlikely, but you never know in this world. And you want the New Orleans Pelicans to end up with the number 1 pick simply because we can get Zion, then we can trade Anthony Davis. You never know if Cleveland or Phoenix or Chicago or somebody else wants Anthony Davis, and we see a young stud that we can get from one of those teams for Anthony Davis to pair up with Zion. You never know. Best case scenario, I guess, is if we get the number 1 pick and then Boston, if their picks fall into place, they can end up with the 8th, the 9th, the 14th, the 20th, and the 25th pick. They also have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. If we get the number 1 pick and then Boston give us all of their picks or enough picks in Tatum and Brown, or just Tatum and a lot of picks, then that would satisfy that portion of the deal. The Knicks, the Pelicans, and the Lakers. The Knicks, Pelicans, and the Lakers. This is an opportunity for the New Orleans Pelicans to arise from the ashes of a failing season. Now that David Griffin has taken over the operations of the front office, he has all the power and control. And if the chips fall into place, the New Orleans Pelicans could have an amazing NBA draft. As far as even if the Knicks get the #1 pick, if they get the #1 pick, who's to say that the Pelicans don't get the #2 pick, #3 pick, #4 pick, #5 pick? This draft is perfectly set up and positioned for the Pelicans to do great things. The teams are already in position to make these moves. If the Knicks get the #1 pick, we can trade Anthony Davis and get Zion. If we fall and get the #2 or 3 pick, we can get J Barrett. We can get J Morant. There are so many good players in this draft. This is a loaded draft, but the top 3 are what everybody's aiming for. But if you get a team like Boston, who could potentially have 4 or 5 first-round picks, combined with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Marcus Smart, you can definitely create a team around those players. And you can sprinkle in some young talented studs. And this team, pairing with Drew Holiday, you can change everything. It definitely can change everything. As you acquire all of this talent, you can also bring in free agents who see the vision and the purpose, and they want to follow in the dream. They want to take flight. They want to do it bigger. They want to ascend to greatness. All of the pieces of the puzzle are sitting there waiting. Pelicans just have to make the right moves. The NBA draft lotto today is tomorrow, and it's also the future. The Pelicans, you have to make the right moves. Now, this year, this is the year, only the beginning. This is the beginning process. This is the starting point. This is the starting point to where everything else falls into place. Look at Portland. They just kept losing and losing, but they drafted those 2 players and they pushed them. Even when they were losing, they stayed positive and they kept going. They kept going. You have to make the right picks, ultimately up to the front office, to make the right decisions. Make me proud, Pelicans. I'll be watching. And so we want the Knicks, Pelicans, or the Lakers to get the #1 overall pick. You want the Pelicans to fall in the top 4, somewhere in the top 4, even if they don't get first pick. You want teams like Memphis to get the 9th pick so that Boston can get that pick. And then you want Sacramento not to get the #1 overall pick so that that pick can go to Boston, so that we can trade Anthony Davis to Boston and get 4 first-round picks, 4 or 5 first-round picks in the first round. And Jason Tatum. Pelicans are in great position wherever the chips fall.
Zion.